All right, boys and girls, this is Dr. Manish Chhabra, your ophthalmology educator. Now, in this short video, I am going to tell you about Snelling's chart and the blindness, its definition, and there is a criteria of blindness. So let's quickly, without wasting any more time, read about Snelling's chart. So what is Snelling's chart? Snelling's chart is used to do distant vision acuity testing, right? So you place the chart, you can see the chart, you place the chart at a distance of 6 meters and the patient starts to read the letter from the top. So what do you understand by 6 by 60? So if the patient is able to read only top letter, you tell that the patient's vision is 6 by 60. If the patient is able to read till the bottom-most letters, that means 6 by 6. Now what do you understand by 6 by 60 and 6 by 6? So 6 by 60 means the patient is able to read topmost letter from a distance of 6 meters, which a normal person may read from a distance of 60 meters. What do you understand by 6 by 36? 6 by 36 means that the patient is reading the 6 by 36 line from a distance of 6 meters that a normal person would read from a distance of 36 meters. So the normal vision is, so boys and girls, this is your normal vision. So normal vision is 6 by 6. Now what if the patient is not able to read even 6 by 60 from a distance of 6 meters, that top letter? You ask the patient to shift 1 meter towards the Snelling's chart. If the patient is able to read, so you call it as 5 by 60. Now if the patient is still not able to read, you shift further 1 meter, 4 by 60. You shift further 1 meter, 3 by 60, and so on. Like this you can go till 1 by 60. So numerator depicts the distance at which the patient is standing. Denominator depicts the distance from which the normal person is able to read this. Hai na? I hope you have understood. Now you'll say, sir, if the patient is not able to read even from a distance of 1 meter, what next? Then you switch over to finger counting. You ask the patient to sit and patient is sitting already. Yes, you stand at a distance of 3 meters and you ask the patient to count the fingers. Don't say, I am showing you 3 fingers. How many fingers are these? Patient would say 3 fingers. Don't say, I am going to show you now 5 fingers. How many fingers are these? The patient will say 5 fingers. So what you have to do is, you will just change the fingers. Like, how many fingers do you see? Okay. How many fingers do you see? How many fingers? You will do it 4-5 times so that the error is at the minimum, right? Now you'll say, sir, okay, if the patient is not able to count the fingers from a distance of 3 meters, what next? Then shift it to 2 meters, 1 meter, and then close to face. How many fingers? 3. How many fingers? 4. How many fingers? 2. How many fingers? 1. Not matlab one and the same thing. Yes. How many finger? 1. Have you understood? Now you will say, sir, what if the patient is not able to tell you what are the fingers? If the patient is not able to tell you about the fingers, then you look out for hand movements. What do you understand by hand movement? You will simply wave the hand in front of the patient's eye. You simply wave the hand in front of the patient's eye. Yes. And don't say, I am waving the hand. Can you see this? Yes. No. You will ask the patient, when you wave the hand, the patient has to tell you that he can see your hand, right? And in the end, if the patient is not able to tell even the waving hand, you will start projecting the light from different directions. So superiorly, temporally, nasally, inferiorly, and you will ask the patient that from where the light is coming. So that is known as PR. PR is your projection of rays. Okay, projection of rays. If the patient is not even able to tell from where the light is coming, at least then you will go on for doing PL. PL is perception of light. Just shine the light and ask the patient if the patient is able to see this. So you just have to tell the patient that when he sees light, he has to tell you. So you do like this quietly, and then you do like this. Ask the patient, like, as you know that I always and always show the real patient videos. So I have got my one patient video. Check this out, which test I am doing. Check this out. So this is a patient of course, in right eye, the patient is having phacomorphic glaucoma. So I am asking about the perception of light, and you can see that the patient is not able to tell whether the patient is able to see the light. Number one, in the left eye, I am doing finger counting. The patient is, you will yourself see what the patient is doing. Let's see the video.
मत्था पीला मुझे बताइएगा जब लाइट का पता लगेगा. लाइट का पता लग रहा है, लाइट का टॉर्च बैटरी का पता लग रहा है. बैटरी जब आएगी आंख में तो बताना. जब बैटरी का पता लग रहा है,
the patient is not able to tell. Yes,
अब बैटरी आ रही है.
So that means the right eye is PL negative. I hope you have understood.
पता लग रहा है. नहीं पता.
Not able to tell. Yes. Okay. Now look out for the visual acuity in the other eye.
कहाँ से आ रही है बैटरी? ऊपर से.
I am asking from where the light is coming.
अब कहाँ से आ रही है बैटरी?
Nasal side.
आ देखो जी, ऊपर से आ रही. अच्छा. आ देखो जी. ठीक है.
Now
मेरा
hand movements
नजर आ रहा है. हाँ जी. हाथ हिलता नजर आ रहा है. यार देखो आंदा नजर परसावा होता जी नजर. अपना हाथ अपने नीचे कर लीजिए. जब आपको हाथ हिलता नजर आएगा तब आपने बताना है. अच्छा. हाथ हिलता नजर आ रहा है तो बताइएगा. नजर आ रहे हैं. हाँ देखो अब हिल रहा है हाथ. हाँ देखो.
All right.
अब आप मुझे बताएं. अब आप मुझे बताएं कितनी उंगल है. कितनी उंगल है? उंगल गिन पाएंगे? उंगल कोई उंगल मेरी उंगल गिन पाएंगे आप? अगर मैं आपको उंगल दिखाऊं तो. लेकिन हाथ दिख रहे हैं.
Patient is saying that I am not able to count the finger, but I am able to see the hand. So what will be the visual acuity of this patient in the left eye? Hand movements, and it was close to face. So hand movement close to face, left eye. Right eye is PL negative. I hope you have understood. Okay, now I am going to give you another important concept, that whenever you do visual acuity, you always do unaided. Then you do visual acuity with the pinhole. Suppose the visual acuity is 6/36, right? Now, if you will do the visual acuity with pinhole, if it improves, let's say it has become 6/6, what will you think of? What will you diagnose? First, let's understand. So this is your cornea, this is your lens, and this is your retina. Now, you know, in cases of refractory error, so this is your R1 position. So the image was being projected here. Yes, normally. But if the patient has got myopia, the retina has gone posteriorly because of the increase in the axial length of the eyeball. Let's tag this retina as R2. But the ray of light were being focused where? At the position of R1. So naturally, this will be the focal point now, but the retina has gone here. You will see that the central light ray will still focus at the center of the retina, but the light rays which are coming from the periphery, they will go here, 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 and here. That is why the patient will have blurring. Now the concept of pinhole come into play. Now if you place the pinhole in front of the eye, the diameter of the pinhole is 1.2 millimeter, or some books write that the diameter of pinhole is 1 millimeter. So because the diameter is very small, it cuts off the peripheral light rays, as a result of which it will allow only the central light ray to pass through it, and there will not be any interference from the peripheral light rays. As a result, the patient's visual acuity will improve. So that tells you if there is improvement on pinhole, the patient is having refractory error. I repeat, the patient is having refractory error. Now you will ask, okay sir, what if there is any opacity in the center? Yes, if there is a nuclear cataract, opacity in the center of the lens, or maybe in the center of cornea. Then on placing the pinhole, the patient's visual acuity will decrease further. Why? Because now the central light ray is coming, and due to presence of pinhole, it has to pass through the center of the cornea, center of the lens, which is opaque or which is having some obstruction in the form of an opacity, as a result of which it is not going to strike the center of the retina, which will cause, yes, which will cause loss of vision. So that is the relevance of pinhole. Okay, now I am going to tell you another important concept, the concept of minimal angle of resolution. This is, boys and girls, your INICT November 2020 exam question, May 2021 exam question, then May 2022 exam question. This is very, very important, right? Now check this out. What is minimal angle of resolution? Just listen to me. Minimal angle of resolution is the minimal angle between two objects. Yes, between the two objects which will be formed on the eye, and only if this angle is greater or equal to minimal angle of resolution of human eye, only then these two objects will be seen as separate. Understood? I'll repeat one more time. See, what I'm saying is the minimal angle of resolution is that angle at which if two objects are placed, they are seen as separate. So minimal angle of resolution is the angle formed at the human eye. So the minimal angle of resolution for human eye is 1 minute. That means if this object and this object, if these two objects are making an angle of 1 minute on my eye, on the human eye, only then I am going to see these two objects as separate. Otherwise, I am going to see if they are forming an angle which is less than 1 minute, I am going to see these two objects together. There will be no demarcation between these two objects. Have you understood? Okay. Now, Snelling's chart is made in such a way that each letter, mind you, consists of 5 segments. Each segment is forming an angle of 1 minute from its respective distance. What do you understand by that? What I mean to say, suppose the topmost letter is E letter. It is made up of 5 segments. So 1 segment, 2 segment, 3 segment, 4 segment, 5 segment. Each segment is making an angle of 1 minute from its respective distance. Means that if this is your 6 by 60 letter, so it will make an angle of, total letter will make an angle of how much? There are 5 segments. Each segment is making 1 minute. So all 5 segments are going to make an angle of 5 minutes from its respective distance. So if you are seeing the letter 6 by 60 from a distance of 60 meters, it is going to project an angle of 5 minutes. Let's take another example. Let's suppose this E is at the bottommost line on the Snelling's chart. So if it is 6 by 6, so that means this entire letter will project an angle of 5 minutes at a distance of 6 meters. Have you understood? Because each segment is making an angle of 1 minute with respect to its placement on the Snelling's chart. Let it be 6 by 36. 6 by 36 means that this letter will project an angle of 5 minutes from a distance of 36 meters. If seen from a distance of 36 meters. But AIMS people are smart, so we have to be smarter. So we will solve one MCQ which was asked. What was that MCQ? What is the angle, mind you, what is the angle projected by topmost letter on Snellen chart from a distance of 6 meters? Mind you, had it been 60 meters, it would have been clear, 5 minutes. But they have asked 6 meters. So that means you are reading the top letter from a distance of 6 meters. What will be the angle which will be projected by this very letter? Now let's apply some mathematics. Minimal angle of resolution of human eye is 1 minute. Yes. Now if you want to derive minimal angle of resolution of a particular patient, you simply inverse the visual acuity of the patient. If the patient's visual acuity is 6 by 60, that means the patient is reading the topmost letter from a distance of 6 meters. Na? That is why you will say 6 by 60. Na? Hai na? So minimal angle of resolution of a patient with visual acuity 6 by 60 will become 60 by 6. So it will be 10 minutes. That means each segment of the letter on the Snellen's chart is projecting an angle of 10 minutes. But the examiner has asked you which is the angle projected by topmost letter, not segment, the entire letter. But you know, each letter has got how many segments? It has got 5 segments. So 10 into 5, it is 50 minutes. So the answer will be clear cut, 50 minutes. Now let's suppose they want to know what will be the angle projected by a letter from a distance of 6 meters, but that letter line is 6 by 36. Another example, if it is 6 by 36, what will be the minimal angle of resolution of this patient? 36 by 6. 6 minute is the angle projected by each segment, but you know the letter has got 5 segments, so 6 by 36 will project an angle of 30 minutes from 6 meters. I hope you have understood. So one time they had asked about the topmost letter, then they had asked about the 6 by 36, the second line on the Snellen's chart. Understood? Okay. Now I am going to give you another important MCQ. Jaggers chart, you know Jaggers chart? Yes, Jaggers chart is near vision chart. Jaggers chart is near vision chart. It is a near vision chart and it is read from a distance of 35 centimeter. This is your previous year question. It is read from a distance of 35 centimeter. Jaggers chart is used for near vision. This is your previous year question. Okay. Now coming over to the definition of blindness. Just 2 minutes. So there are 2 definitions. One is your WHO definition. Another is your NPCB definition. Yes. WHO definition says that if the visual acuity of the patient is less than equal to 3 by 60 or visual field less than equal to 10 degree with best possible correction, in better eye. These are all keywords. These are all your keywords in better eye. So visual acuity 6 by 36, visual acuity 3 by 60, visual field 10 degree with best possible correction in which eye? In better eye. Yes. So this is your WHO classification. NPCB says same VA, visual acuity less than equal to 3 by 60, visual field less than equal to 10 degree with presenting visual acuity. So this visual acuity will be presenting, that means without glasses. Yes, best possible correction means if the patient's vision is 6 by 60, you try giving glasses, you do refraction. Yes, and the patient's vision is improved with refraction. You will take that improved visual acuity into account. But here it is the what? It is the presenting visual acuity without glasses, presenting visual acuity, and again in the same better eye. So one thing is changed. Here it is best possible correction. Here it is presenting visual acuity. I hope you have understood, boys and girls. Please remember that these are the things which you use generally even in your clinicals. है ना? It is in your clinicals and also it forms very important MCQs. All right. So this is everything about what I have told you. The same thing. It's already written here. Now Snellen's chart is based on which phenomena? It is based on form sense. Form means, so there are four main senses. One is color sense. Whenever you see an object, you tell the color. So there is color sense. There is light sense. Light is entering into my eyes. Only then I am able to sense the object. Okay. Then there is contrast sense. And lastly, there is form sense. So Snellen chart, you read letters na, A, B. You never say B to A. There is A letter. You will never say, okay, it is C. Okay, it is D. Okay, it is X. Okay, it is Z. Why? Because the form of A is different from form of B. The B form is different from form of D. Something like this. Hai na? I hope you have understood. Okay. So these are the other senses. Yes. So yes. So this is about the senses. Now there is one criteria. The criteria is low vision. Low vision is when the patient's visual acuity is from 6/18 to 6/60. Then there is one blindness. Can you fill in the blank? Which blindness I am talking of? In which the patient's vision will be 6/60 to 3/60. Now I feel you will not have any difficulty in understanding this because we have done the entire visual acuity testing. So if it is 6/60 to 3/60 means 5/60, 4/60. I told you na, you will ask the patient to move 1 meter ahead, 1 meter ahead, 1 meter ahead towards the Snellen's chart. 6/60 to 3/60, economic blindness. Let's write it is economic blindness. Then 3/60 to 1/60, yes, these two are your previous year questions, social blindness. If it is less than 1/60, manifest blindness. If the PL is negative, this is absolute blindness. Yes, so this was all about visual acuity and some basic MCQs. And I'll be posting this video on my YouTube channel, and the link will also be shared on my Telegram group. So and also this link will be shared on my Instagram. Yes, so I am sharing my Insta ID. So it is I means I, aankh, I means I myself, है ना? I_Manish. Yes, I_Manish. Manish is my name. नाम तो सुना ही होगा. राज, no, राज नहीं, यहाँ पे मनीष आएगा. Okay. And then Telegram group. Telegram, the name of the Telegram group is Ophthalmology by Dr. Manish Chhabra. Yes, Ophthalmology by Dr. Manish Chhabra. Yes. Okay. And YouTube channel name is डॉक्टर मनीष छाबरा ऑफ्थेल्मोलॉजिस्ट, है ना? अब आंख का काम करते हैं, आंख की कारीगिरी करते हैं, तो फिर आंख का ही कुछ जिक्र होना चाहिए नाम में. तो डॉक्टर मनीष छाबरा ऑफ्थेल्मोलॉजिस्ट. सो यू कैन फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम, you can follow me in my Telegram channel where I keep posting my real patient videos, and you can be a part of the YouTube group. Yes, so ophthalmologist. Yes, so I hope to see you soon. मिलते हैं जल्दी एक नए वीडियो के साथ जिसमें एक नया टॉपिक लेंगे. If you want some specific video on some specific topic, let me know in the comments section. ठीक है जी, चलो, take care, bye bye, and I wish you all remain happy and healthy. Best wishes.